Right, back again. We've got the abs edition this time. So what we're looking at, we'll go through some basics as well with the abs, how to actually engage the abs, what you're actually working, and the difference in the subtleties in the different movements. So what we'll look at, we'll start off with an isometric hold. So really good to building that foundation again. Just going through the basics. Now you've probably seen them before. You've probably seen them in the gym, done all different ways. So what we'll go through first, just the standard plank, just on the elbows, okay? So you would have seen it before. I'll go to the side because it's very important to see from all different angles. That's what mirrors are for actually, so you want to see your form, okay? Without the form, there's no real effectiveness in the exercise. All right, so with the elbows in this position, so that's shoulder width apart. Now to nail the plank, it's all about body tension. So what you want to do, same with a push-up pretty much, in terms of the actual tension in the muscles. So to straighten your body out and create that tension, you want to be squeezing the quads, the glutes, okay? They're going to prevent that lower back from compensating. So we want to look after the glutes, keep them tight, keep the quads tight, and we're locking in that core, nice and tight as well. So that's going to protect your spine and lock it all in, keep it nice and compact. So in the elbow position, we're here, we're not sagging through the hips. You'll see when that tension isn't there, you'll sag, or the lower back starts hurting because it can't take anymore. You'll go up like that, and there's no good. There's no effectiveness in that. There's nothing good coming from that. No gains. So what you want to do in this position, you'll see now, I'll squeeze my glutes and I'll squeeze my quads. You just see now, I'm a lot straighter. And what I'm doing here with the elbows, I'm not sagging. I'm not letting my shoulder blades drop in. I'm pushing the floor away. That there is going to work the serratus anterior, which helps with shoulder function. Okay, so it's not just the abs, there's so much more going on, okay? So just doing this, activating all these muscles, you're gonna get so much more bang for your buck, all right? So I'll just hold the plank for 10. So I'm here, quads, glutes, core, shoulders, pushing out. And I'm squeezing as hard as I can. Squeeze, breathing as well. Getting oxygen, don't hold your breath, you'll pass out. So breathing, nice and relaxed. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a lot harder. You're squeezing all these muscles as hard as you can. All right, so that's the basic plank. Now, that's going to hit all those muscles that we talked about, quads, glutes. That's an isometric hold. That's going to build that foundation. It's going to help you with all your other lifts, all the other compound lifts, because it's got something to build from that core. Okay, so we'll go into a side plank now. So the difference with a side plank, it's still going to work all their major muscles, but there's going to be more emphasis on the obliques coming down the side here, just down here. It's going to work the lower back as well. So the good thing about the side plank, you can work both sides. So there's no imbalances. You want to make sure that you are getting that overall balance in your body as best you can. If you are right hand dominant, left hand dominant, you're going to notice that strength, like on one side is going to be a bit stronger than the other. So you just want to be mindful and aware of what's a bit more dominant and just balancing that out, spending the time to make sure the right and left are equal. Okay, so looking with the side plank, the setup's very important. It's actually quite hard on the shoulders as well, but if you've been doing your push-ups, you should be building some solid shoulders as well with all your other compound movements. Okay, so a big tip here, you want to make sure that the feet are stacked and you're in a complete straight line, hips, ankles, and the shoulder as well. You want to make sure that shoulder's not too far out, it's not too far in. So right there, shoulder and elbow, right there. So with the hand, it's up to you, you can have it up here on the hip. Just now, make sure everything's nice and straight. All you're doing from here, pushing the elbow into the ground and raising the hips. Just a short hold there. Keeping that core locked in, squeezing the glutes, that'll tighten the legs, and you're holding here. Working right down the side of the legs, the obliques, the shoulders, you're gonna get a really good workout as well. And we're just holding, squeezing the quads, core, pushing the shoulder into the ground nice and tight. You should feel a nice contraction down the side here, just holding. Just go for 10, 20 seconds just to build up. If you can only do 5, do 5 seconds. It's all a progression. Any progression is a progression. Just holding, bang. Same on the right side. Remember, go through it again. Heels stacked. Make sure the elbow's in line with the shoulder, hand on hip. Raising up, just holding. Hand can go in the air if you like, but a bit harder with the hand in the air. Holding, 3, 2, 1, beautiful. So if you're doing your regular plank and the side plank, you're gonna get that overall development around the core. Your core is like a belt. just comes right around. Transverse abdominis comes right around here. You got your QL at the back here as well. So you're getting strong through the hips. You notice your whole body's going to move as one, rather than it's all just all over the shop, all sloppy. So just by getting this stronger through here, that like a belt, like we like to call it, it's going to prevent a lot of injury. If it's weak, other muscles are going to come in and try and compensate, and that's where the injury happens. All right, so we'll go through a couple more core exercises. We've done the static, the isometric holds, the plank, the side plank. What we'll go into now is the crunch. Okay, now you want to be familiar with knowing how to contract your abs, because if you are just coming up and down, you're just going to work your lower back. Okay, now the importance of ab exercises is to know how to contract the abs. So how I was taught, so if you can imagine or visualize, it's like getting hit in the stomach, or you have to brace. Like for me, that's how I learned. If someone's going to hit you in the stomach, you kind of tense up, you feel that little tightness there. That's when your abs are actually contracted. So having that feeling, contracting it, getting familiar with that mind-muscle connection on the abs, when you feel that tightness, it's about holding that. That's going to be engaged then, okay? It's going to look after the lower back, okay? So we're in the crunch position. So we've got the feet pretty close together, about shoulder width. The crunch is only a slight movement compared to the sit-up. The sit-up's all the way up, which I'm not a big fan of. It's just momentum and the hip flexors getting you up. The difference with the crunch, with the hands, look, you can have them on the chest. I find it's pretty good because you don't use momentum from the head and the neck coming up like that. So if you are going to put them on your head, there's no force coming through there. They're just there. There's place there, okay? Just there's somewhere to put your hands. Look, I'm going to do this version with the hands on the chest. Now you'll notice with the crunch, when I'm at the bottom, the abs are stretched, okay? When we're coming up, the abs are tense, like we talked about. They're tensed. Now the breathing, very important. When you breathe out, that's when you'll notice when the air's out of your lungs, you're breathing out, the abs will contract. If you watch boxing, when they throw punches, they're breathing. Why they do that? When they're throwing punches, if they're going to get hit, when they've exhaled, their abs are contracted so they can take the punch. It's ready to take. It's solid. Okay. Same thing here. So when we're coming up, abs are tense. It's just here. Just the shoulders are leaving. Coming down, inhaling, opening the lungs up, getting a good stretch in the abs. Coming up. If you're finding it hard in the neck, just have your eyes up as well. Just try and pick something on the roof or something in the sky. Just pick it there, a cloud. Keep your eyes in contact with that. Coming up. Just a small movement, guys. Hands on chest. Just this range, and you'll notice this range is short range, but you're going to have constant tension on the abs the whole time. Okay, so that's a nice and simple one. Get the breathing in rhythm. Nice and simple. All good. Okay, so pretty fundamental exercises there. I'll finish with an advanced exercise. With this one, you'll know where your core's at, and you'll get a good indication. So if you're starting to feel like you're starting to advance, you feel like you're pretty good with crunches, and your plank, you're well over a minute or so, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Yeah, and you're pretty good on your side plank as well. This is a really nice one to see where you're at, okay? They're called commandos. There's probably different names for them, but I know them as commandos. So you're actually in the push-up position. So the way the exercise goes, you're dropping from the top of a push-up into that plank position, right in here. And that's the movement. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be coming back up. And just that, you'll feel all the abs, the lower abs, upper abs, they're all going to be contracting. So how you generally see them done incorrectly, too fast, like this. And you'll see my hips are all over the shop. They're dipping, they're everywhere. There's no effectiveness in the movement. The best way to do them, the most effectiveness, is to do them really slow and controlled, and getting that breathing, like we said, in rhythm with the movement. So you watch, I'll do it from the front and I'll do it from the side. So you watch my hips, you want to keep them nice and still. That will show you how much strength you have in your core. So if you can do them like this, shoulder width apart, nice and slow, you'll feel the intensity. You watch my hips now. Bang. This is harder than it looks. You'll see for yourself. You want to try and go nice and slow. Coming up, bang. You can alternate hands or go all on one side and all on the other in the next set. 10 to 15 reps of these. This slow, you're going to be burning through the abs. Nice and slow. Inhaling on the way down. When you're coming up, exhaling. Okay, I'll show you from the side. Just watch my hips, nice and still. Push up position, nice and slow. Bang, bang, coming up. Bang. I'm not shifting the body weight. I'm staying nice and still. Bang, bang, breathing out. Bang, bang. Even now, my abs, they're torched. That's good. So that's a really good one to finish with. At the end of your ab day, if you like to hit abs 4 or 5 times a week, that's good too, because the abs, they recover quite quick. So you can hit them more frequently. That should bring them up and get some solid definition. But just remember, I'm a big believer in abs are built in the gym, but they're revealed in the kitchen. So if you're just doing cardio and you're not actually working the abs, because they are just like any other muscle, you need progressive overload, you need them to grow. So you need to give them attention, because if you're just doing your cardio, you're just losing muscle and fat. When you get down to a low body fat, there's not going to be much there, not what you're hoping for anyway. So hit them frequently, because they recover quickly. And then obviously diet is number one. That's going to help reveal them in the kitchen. And then by the time you get there, all that hard work, you'll get the big reward in the mirror, the washboard abs that you're after. But yeah, stick to the fundamental, your isometric holds, and that little commando. That's really good advanced movement. Yeah, and the basic crunch. You do them like that with your breathing and you're having good intent. Yeah, you'll get really good results. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Cheers.